Hey guys, welcome back to the Spirit of Justice. Sorry we had to stop in such a weird place in that last episode, but indeed, my Windows restarted right when I got to this point. Now that that's done, it's a new day, and we can try this again. We were in the middle of pressing, like, Satan Jesus over here, and I don't even know, like, where we were at here, but just what we needed.
A moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye.
Everybody's still cheering. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country?
I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music storeroom.
Okay, so that is what he's been saying was going on.
Death truth is what you dread, hear me shred!
I don't even know what's going to happen when I press this. But I think I'm going to be pressing a lot in this game because some of the stuff we got when we pressed earlier was really funny, and I would have hated to have missed that. Especially the one where Phoenix started singing along. So what exactly do you mean by death truth?
It's the blade of truth that's going to send your lawyer soul to hell! A sea of blood will be the last thing you ever see. Red rum, red rum.
I'm sure I want to get what he's saying. No, me neither.
I don't expect a bobblehead like you to understand.
What? Bobblehead? Oh, no, I wasn't trying to save. My bad. I've done that a lot before.
Either you get it and you feel it or you don't. Simple as that.
From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room.
Hold it!
How did Albie appear at the time?
Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell you. Shady Smith, perhaps.
Is that saying about people who live in glass houses? Let me get you some stone. No.
Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he'd look furtive.
He was not about to steal no stinking treasure. Would you get off of it, my man? The defendant admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around?
Was that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? Bzzzt, wrong! Peace, loving knows the score, baby. From my lips to our Holy Mother's ear, an artist only sings what he saw there.
In other words, you're full of crap. Well, I tell ya.
And what did you see next, Mr. Understanding? Take us into the next part of your testicles here.
And trailing from behind, hound on the scent, saw patrol after Albie went. Okay, so why did you even need to get involved? Yeah. What do you mean by hound on the scent?
He's a dog of war, don't you get it?
It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning.
Hold it!
Good lord. That's okay, you don't have to explain your lyrics anymore.
Hey, you're the one who asked.
I knew I shouldn't have asked. Oh well. Jeez. Mr. Understanding, you're still on the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Damelon class.
Fine, have it your way, geezer. The show must go on. Slash and thrash.
Okay.
Me, my girl here, innocent and sweet. Back by the storeroom, can't be beat.
What is he talking about here? This is weird. What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? You can't get that kind of a sound out of that. Well, maybe you can if you set it up right.
There, got a picture?
Picture? Mr. Understanding is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over.
Hey, geezer, you got it in one. Take a bow, baby.
So how the heck did he understand that?
What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime here, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it?
Ugh. Last statement. Then out went the power, took it to midnight, blacker than blackest black, robbing all sight.
Holding.
So there might be some. I haven't seen much here that looks like I could really grab onto it. Where were you when the power outage occurred?
Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune.
I don't know if it would have even... No. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at that time?
The hallway, you say?
We're trying to bait him here.
Why would I be in the hallway?
You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Holy shit, what's he doing? Oh my god! Man, if he gets any more violent... I don't know. Uh-oh. Like, even the little blipping sound has a tune.
Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Someone stop their jam session, please. Maybe they might be overdoing it a little bit with the Phoenix reacting with the... Oh, please stop it, or whatever, you know. But okay, it's just a small observation I'm noticing here. It is still funny, though. You made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated. That's not good. There it goes again. What's a funny peace, love, and understanding? I guess this is the point in the case, though. You know, where it's like, it's basically you think all hope is lost. Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under the cover of darkness.
You're forgetting one very important thing.
Huh?
It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I did forget about that.
Are you sure, though? It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him.
You're right. Even I would not notice someone coming up behind me. Even I would. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that? I misread his line there, sorry. What can I say about that?
Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen.
Well, the breaker was right there, wasn't it? I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen. With no magic necessary.
What?
You have a theory, defense. All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. What did the witness use to make the power outage happen? Oh, spare me your propaganda.
Yep.
Sorry, I was taking a drink there. Nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say?
Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man.
And why not?
You're saying I turned the breaker off, then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness, with no source of light whatsoever? That what you're saying?
Well, you know, you could have looked at him before you switched the breaker, you know? And then, like, walk towards the general... I do that all the time. Like, when I turn off my light and go to bed, I still know where the bed is after I turn the light off. Because, well, then again, because I've walked to it so many times. And maybe he's not as familiar with the hallway or the situation, and maybe that's not, like, applicable there. Maybe not. I don't know.
With the lights off, that hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How can anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim like the accused.
I hate when he's right. But I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide. A guide through the darkness? Something. I have seen something, I remember.
You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard, really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby.
Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense. Uh-oh, what do? Can you present to us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness? Let me look. Well, what I was about to say was the treasure box itself, because they said glows in the dark, right? But how do we know that the treasure box was there? Because if he didn't steal it, and he didn't have it up in his hands, up in the air, it would have still been in the treasure room, right? Unless it wasn't. Unless he had it on him. I feel like this makes too much sense, though. Like, you would have something that glows in the dark. Now you're asking me to tell you something that could guide someone through the darkness. I think I'm gonna try it. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide through the darkness? Okay, and the victim we're talking about, so maybe Mr. Roll had it. Maybe he was carrying it.
Take that!
For some strange reason. I believe the victim was holding the treasure box. Hmm? Eh?
Oh?
Have you gone mad? Oh, maybe I have. Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon. Well, I guess you're right.
But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box?
Oh, well, because... Your guess is as good as mine. That's what I was worried about.
Just give him the death penalty already.
Shut up, you dummy. Is there no way to win them over? Defense? Are we going to be needing these tongue shears after all? No, not my tongue! Not my tongue!
Yeah, man, do it. Then we can jam out of this lawyer's shrieks of pain! Ho 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 ho! Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man! While you still have a tongue to scream with.
You don't scream with your tongue! I could scream without a tongue, but then that's maybe even worse. I mean, it's true, right? Like, you used your throat to... Never mind. I guess I better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box. I have no idea. Oh. Brain don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that box? Oh, so maybe he was the thief. As a devout believer, it doesn't make any sense at all. As a devout believer wouldn't steal it. Security guard wouldn't steal it. It has to be the thief. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. But I think it just might be the answer. It's weird because I kind of thought about that too. But then I thought, no, that's like, what could you do with that, though? Hello, defense, are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? But then by killing him, you know, the person who killed him then becomes, like, a hero as far as these people are concerned. Hell. The thief!
Ha 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 ha! What kind of bull are you spewing now?
Your Majesty, this guy's off his rocker. If the victim was the thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. So it wasn't really him catching Albie, it was the other way around. Albie caught him. But then he ran into Albie on the Great Stairs. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. It is kind of a little bit convenient that the guy just happened to be there to save him. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark. It's too bad that when we do like the reincarnation thing, or like reliving the last 20 seconds of his life, that you couldn't read his mind too, to see if there was like guilt or shame or something there for what he was doing, but then that would make it too easy though, I'm sure. Anyway, this explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. Sheesh. Do you have any idea what you're saying? Still not picking up on any kind of motive here, though. That's the weird part. You're unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. Roll, trying to roll the temple. That devout believer, that pious Koranist. Ugh. Quit doing that. I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up that ass. Of course, Your Majesty. Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof? Uh-oh. Proof, huh? Do I have any proof? I can't back down now. Yup, I have proof. In my dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. Oh... Wait, okay, let me just see what I have in here again. Footprints, fingerprints, pineapple smells. I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. And that might still have some trace evidence left on it. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? Oh, what was... It doesn't feel like I have much in here that has to do with him. Like, I had the scroll, but that's Albie's scroll, really. And that was for the monks. Well, do we have details on this again? Due to the growing number of thefts around the temple, we'll be tightening security. All the holy shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. Is it maybe because he knew the shutters would be closed? That's how he... Like, that's why he did it, then? You know? The victim might have been the thief. I'm just gonna try the scroll here, because I'm not really sure. Defense would like to examine this piece of evidence. Would you now? I say no. Phooey on that. I don't think that piece of evidence will give us any answers. Oops. Looks like I got it wrong. Perhaps you would like to examine this penalty instead. Ah! I love how I have no eyeballs there. Okay. Okay, don't overthink this, Phoenix. It's gotta be something that might still hold some trace of it being touched. And if the victim was the thief, what's something he would have touched? Unless you're talking about the treasure box again. Like there might have been prints on it. Then you might actually be talking about the treasure box. Is it really that simple? It's again with overthinking it. Yeah. Might. You better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, Your Majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. Hold the parrot. So that was it. Well, yeah, there was blood on it too, wasn't there? There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus... there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this, I can rotate the evidence by sliding. I can zoom in and out with the slider on the left to get a better look. And if I ever get too turned around, I can always touch reset to return things to this initial state. Or search every inch of this box carefully, and touch anything of interest to check it out in detail. Cool. Alright, let's zoom right on in here. Ooh, that's smooth. I mean, there's blood all over this thing. Anything inside? Oh, it's pointing at something there. So this is where the Founder's orb was, huh? I doubt there's any trace of the orb left here now. Although I don't really know anything about the orb, so who knows? The lid of the box was forced open. But while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Let's try spinning, that's a good trick. Hey! Kinda get closed by itself, am I right? Like, that would be important though. Yeah? Because if it closed by itself, how would it get back open again other than... Because playing makes me sweaty. I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? And please don't kiss it before you throw it over here. Well, it's the Magatama key. Maybe you should just talk to it. Figure out where the lies are. Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. I mean, anyone can pull it once it's been pulled. Treasure box updated. Not even the Magatama key can open it. But is that only just now that the key won't open it? Or is it always been that way? Or was I trying to do it the wrong way? Alright then. Well, let's keep looking here. Examine the lid again. This lid is really shut tight. I can't budge it no matter how hard I try. There's the lock again. This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything else of note about it. The blood, though. This blood stain, it shows the outline of a hand. It totally does! Holy crap, I didn't even see that. I wasn't looking at, like, the negative space. Huh. Could this be what I've been looking for? Maybe. Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Some scary shit, man. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. Well, what? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. Maybe he was trying to protect it because he heard someone else was coming to steal it? Maybe that's why he was leaving the dance while the guy was still up there playing or something. Ugh. I wouldn't be too sure about that. Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand? Oh, I should have seen this coming, yeah. Can't exactly do a handprint identification, please, now can we? Either show proof, or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead. That I did not see coming. Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? Where would the proof of something like that even be? Please submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows that the outline on the treasure box is that of the victim's hand? The location of the ringmaster's head? Na da 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 do do. Defendant's fingerprints were found on that. No. What evidence shows that the outline on the treasure box is that of the victim's hand? Jeez. Well, hang on a second. What did the autopsy report say? Cerebral contusion from a head injury. I think when I read that earlier, I said confusion. Cerebral confusion. That must have been funny. Details. Wait. His hand is like solid red in this picture. And at first when I saw that, I thought he was wearing a glove, but when I really look at it, the glove on his other hand is a different color. That's gotta be it.
Take that!
This is the evidence that's gonna save my tongue. Beautiful. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, just so happens, I have the proof you require. How about let's talk about your tongue for a second, shall we? It's right here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. What proves that the bloodstain outline in the box is out of the victim's hand, you ask? Because right there! Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. If you don't mind. Okay, yeah. Up closer I can see now. There is a glove on that hand, too. If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline, you think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter. Well, it completes something. Oh, geez, we're gonna bring the body in here and actually do this? Please, no. Then the victim really was holding the box. I'm willing to bet my life on it. I mean, I don't have a choice, really, but yeah, I mean, still. It's not often you get to say something like that and actually mean it, but here we go. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. I don't know, man. I don't think he was stealing it, though. I think he knew what was going on and he was trying to move it so it wouldn't get stolen. Holy shit, this music. Is that like people talking in court, or is that part of the music? I'm not actually sure if that was part of the music or people talking in the background there, but it was cool as hell. I can hardly believe it. Apparently not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, Your Majesty. You know me better than that. Actually, you don't. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future, too, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, really. No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it. No, I don't believe it either. Don't worry. Oh, well, there was that too.
Objection!
Yeah, there's that too, wasn't there? So I noticed it still said that too. In the evidence, it still said the treasure box was the murder weapon.
Objection!
The real murder weapon. Oh, Black Betty, damn a land. Oh, Black Betty, damn a land. Was something else. The reason you were switching out your thing was because there's probably one sitting in the storeroom right now that's covered in blood. Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon? Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? Jeez. Oh, and your puns don't work on me. You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Another one. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. Saving up those animations for the future. I love that they don't use them all up at once, you know, they just keep adding them as time goes on. Well, I'm glad you had fun singing it, because you're not going to be having fun for much longer, dude. I know I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line. Dude. No, I totally forgot. Totally forgot. It just slipped my mind. It slipped my mind. Yeah, you're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death becomes clearer through bloodshot eyes. Oh! This is it. The moment of truth. I can't back down. Not now. Yes, Your Majesty. I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. Ah, well then. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon. Gladly. If I knew which one it was. What would somebody like understanding use to bludgeon someone? I just can't imagine. Like, he's such a crazy fellow, you know? He could use anything. Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. What you got? Let's see this thing that shows the real murder weapon you say I used. Boo. Well, we don't have it in evidence, but it is in the picture, is it not? Yeah, it is. I think that's what they want.
Take that!
What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. This thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance and devotion. Photo? How is that going to help you, Mr. Wright? Give me a minute, will you? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. What are you talking about? Do-do-do-do. You know, now that I look at this, is that an electric guitar? Like, a legit... What is going on here? Try it. Mr. Understandin', why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. I believe you said your Damalon was your one and only? Well, Mr. Understandin', what do you have to say to that? Heh. I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Do you see where I'm going with this? Oh, wow. Not after you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. And there it is, you guys.